Very good morning, students. So in this video, we are going to learn about the soil profile. So let me share the PPT. So moving on to the definition, what is meant by soil? Soil is an unconsolidated material. Unconsolidated material in the sense, it is the composition of mixture of air, water, minerals, plant as well as the animal remains. You all know it is a natural medium which helps the plants to grow. It forms the basis for the existence of the life on the earth. It is rightly referred to as skin of the earth. So that is also one of the most important renewable natural resources on the earth. So here, how the rock is undergo some changes and produces different components of the soil. So here we have three components of the soil: sand, silt, and clay. So what happened for the formation? The parent rock of any of the ecosystem undergoes weathering and slowly turns into different layers of the soil. So the different layers, we call it as different horizons, but main components of the soil are sand, silt, and clay. So what is the importance of the soil? As I said, it is a natural habitat for many living organisms, microbes like fungi, bacteria, earthworms, and it is a solid platform to all the plants that helps it growth. Soil also provides nutrients to the plant. Soil is needed for growing crops as well, and it acts as a major reservoir of water because of its water holding capacity. Moving on to the soil composition. So soil mainly consists of both biotic and abiotic components. So biotic components are nothing but the living components, that is plants, animals, microorganisms. Abiotic components are nothing but minerals, water, and air. Biotic means living organism present in the soil. Say, for example, plants which we grow, animals coming to eat the plants, that is herbivores and microorganisms present in the soil. Abiotic components are nothing but interaction of the water and air. So the proportion of these elements in the soil that determines the nutrient level of the soil. So they are very dynamic in nature and largely differ from one region to another region. So the factors such as parent material that is present in the ecosystem, climatic factors, topographic factors, vegetation of that area, that mainly contributes the composition of the soil. So moving on to the soil formation, how does soil form? So take for an example, all types of soil are derived from the rock at the deepest buried material. We call it as parent rock. So this parent rock slot slow weathering by natural process. There are many other processes which it erodes and produces the top layer, but mainly by natural erosion only, this parent rock slowly it will weathers and add layer by layer the soil. So along with weathering of rocks, gravity, temperature, plants, animal pressure, water, topographic factors, and many other materials are responsible for the formation of the soil. So the parent materials would become, because of the slow weathering, it becomes sand, silt, and evenly turns into finer particles over a course of time that will add layer by layer slowly the soil. So the finer particles at the most, which we are having it as a topsoil, we call it a soil, which support all forms of the earth. So this erosion, soil formation, weathering takes place in a course of time. It is a very slow process, takes a very long time from the parent rock to smaller rock, then lesser in size, finest particle, then finally it comes to the top layer. It will take thousands of years to form 1 centimeter of the soil. So modes of weathering, mostly physical weathering, due to the factors like wind, water, and temperature. Chemical weathering by chemical reaction with atmospheric gases like oxygen, carbon, sulfur, etc. And biological weathering due to the growth of the vegetation in that area, moss, nothing but the bryophytic plants and algae. So that will erode the rock slowly and start the weathering process. Slowly the process will start and it will add the topsoil. So there are three modes of weathering process. Then moving on to the soil profile. Soil profile is nothing but the vertical depicting layer of the particular soil type. We call it a soil profile. So each soil profile you can divide into many horizons. Horizon A is nothing but the topsoil. So this topsoil layer, it is dark in color and very fertile due to the presence of organic matter. Because of the vegetation, we are doing irrigation, adding of fertilizers. So because of that thing, the topsoil in the horizon A will be rich in humus, dark in color, very fertile. Growth of the plants, that is the roots of the plant and the vegetation, is confined to only this layer. This layer is having high water holding capacity, provides shelter to many microbes. And the next horizon is horizon B, that is subsoil, second layer, less darker than the topsoil. It contains minimal or no amount of humus. That's why the color is very pale, very rich in minerals and iron oxide, relatively compact in arrangement and less porous. So water holding capacity is very less. No microorganisms live here in the second layer, horizon B. And horizon C, that is the substratum layer next to the subsoil, comprising of fragments of stones and rocks formed due to the weathering of the parent rock. And finally, the bedrock, we otherwise call it as parent material, that is the base. Because of the slow weathering only, it adds different horizons, and finally it adds layers of the soil, topsoil. It is in a course of time, it will take time. So from this video, I hope you students, you can understand what is soil, composition of soil, importance of soil, and soil profile with different horizon layer, how the weathering of the parent rock start, and how it adds the topsoil layer. Thank you.